How many of you actually know you live in the district where I'm running for Congress? Any of you know for sure? Okay. Akron, Beechwood, Bath, Bedford, Bedford Heights, Bradnell, Broadview Heights, Brooklyn Heights, most of the wards in Cleveland, Cleveland Heights, Cuyahoga Heights, East Cleveland, Euclid, Fairlawn, Garfield Heights, Glen Willow, Highland Hills, Maple Heights, Newburgh Heights, North Randall, Oakwood Village, Orange, Pepper Pike, Richfield Village and Township, Richmond Heights, Seven Hills, Shaker Heights, South Euclid, University Heights, Warrensville Heights, and Woodmere. How many of you live in my district? Well, I hope I will be interesting to all of you, even though you can't vote for me. Well, if you join Acorn, I guess you could vote for me.
Well,
I have some really...
If you have people that live downtown, students, and you live for what, over 90 days, you can register to vote from this area.
Okay, how many of you live here, downtown? Okay. If you guys are passionate about me and not passionate about someone where you vote, you could actually sign up between now and October 10th to vote here downtown. That is legal to do. I just came from the Board of Elections where they explained that. And Norbert Carson is one of our precinct leaders. He lives right downtown. And this is Mikhail Alterman, one of our precinct leaders from Beechwood. So we have some wonderful people here. My name is Beverly Goldstein. I'm Jewish. I'm married to Michael. I'm a mom of 3 kids. They live all over the world. And I'm a grandma of a couple kids. I'm a Navy wife. I'm a health care provider. I was an audiologist for 45 years before I retired. Took care of, I ran the inner city hearing clinic here at Cleveland State for 8 years. I ran the clinic at Cleveland Case Western for 8 years. And then I went into my own little private practice where I went into people's homes for elderly people who couldn't get out, and I tested their hearing, cleaned their ears, and fit them with hearing aids.
I was just trying to get
and so this is what happened last year. How many of you followed the negotiations around the Iran nuclear deal with Iran? Okay. The Goldstein family was all in with 300 feet. We are national security people. I am a co-chapter leader of an organization which is called Act for America, and my co-chapter leader, Dan Romano, who lives in Parma, he and I have been to over 66 places in Ohio teaching people about the Muslim Brotherhood, national security, international relations, and many other things regarding safety and security of America. So Marcia Fudge, who is my congresswoman, we decided to heavily lobby her to vote against the Iran deal last year. Marcia took office 8 years ago when Stephanie Tubbs Jones died very suddenly. And she's been re-elected 4 times, twice unopposed, and twice opposed by very nice people who were not serious candidates. They just wanted her to have a challenger on the ballot. So last year, I lobbied twice in July in Washington asking Ms. Fudge not to vote with the president on the Iran deal. Then we lobbied again in Warrensville Heights, and we lobbied further in Akron, where it's part of the district, and she had a town hall meeting there last year. We also put on something called the Stop Iran Rally. I don't know if you were familiar, those rallies were all over the country, and I chaired the one here. Actually, Mikhail spoke at it. And the rally cost $12,000. we held it at Nautica Stage. And the rally wasn't really for us. It was to let Iran know that it wasn't just New York and Washington and Los Angeles, the three cities, but the people right in the heart of America do not support this Iran. So, a few days before the vote, Michael and I went to meet with Ms. Fudge's Jewish outreach liaison, 27-year-old young woman, probably attended the most progressive liberal university in all of North America, McGill. And we tried to explain to Esther exactly why she should let Ms. Fudge know for the final time that 10% of the district is Jewish. That's 65,000 people. And we did not want her voting for the Iran deal. We have a federation, it's called the Jewish Federation of Cleveland. It's a non-partisan, non-profit organization that helps the community. They help the Jewish community, they help the greater Cleveland community. The Jewish Federation never issues press releases, notices, anything. On this issue, they listed a single-page, single-spaced, one-page document asking Portman, Fudge, and Brown not to vote for the Iran deal. And no matter what we said to Esther, it was like, so finally, we're walking out of her office, and I looked at her and I said, because she was taking really good notes, I said, Esther, could you write down one more thing? Would you please tell Ms. Fudge that if she votes for the Iran deal, that Beverly Goldstein will pull petitions as a Republican and run Esther for her seat in Congress? She wrote it down. Ms. Fudge did vote for the deal. It was actually 3 votes. The Senate never took a vote, so Portman would have voted against it. Brown, hard to know what he would have done. But the Senate never voted. But the House voted 3 times. And she voted with the president all 3 times. And I thought, oh, crap. Portman's going to run against her. I would like to. Running for Congress is hard. I'm no young chick, okay? And so when we walked out of her office, Michael, my husband, looked at me and he goes, you know, you could have asked me before you told her that. And I thought, you know, that's probably something you should ask your spouse before you make a commitment. Anyway, a few days went by and we thought, no, I'm not going to do it. No, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, just keep going.
And then finally I went, okay. I said I was going to do it. I'm really upset that she voted for this because I want you to understand that not only did we release billions of dollars to the #1 sponsor of terror in the world since 1979, we put northern Israel and all of Israel at great risk. But the bigger risk is us. The deal has nothing to do with ICBMs, the intercontinental ballistic missiles that are made for the purpose of carrying nuclear warheads. They don't need ICBMs to hit Europe or Israel. They already have mid-range missiles to hit those countries. Those ICBMs are headed to New York and Chicago and Cleveland. And we gave them in this deal 10 years, and then they're free to develop whatever they want. You guys are probably not even going to be parents, some of you, in 10 years, okay? I mean, 10 years seems like a long time, but it's like a blip. So,
Bev, I'm sorry, I don't mean to rush you or anything, but we do have to wrap things up because our meeting is over in just a couple minutes here.
oh, it is?
Yeah, and I just
Why
have
does it say, I'm sorry, I misunderstood this said to 1 o'clock.
Yeah, no, sorry. We have the room. It's just the way they do the booking
Okay.
of the rooms. We have the room
Let me
until 1, but we have
move on
everybody has
then.
class coming up in a couple minutes here.
So, that was the primary impetus. Second thing that was very, very significant that happened is that I started going to multiple events in the city all week long. And now it's really ramped up. We're going to be 7 places today between me and Michael. This is place 3 already. Let me tell you about District 11. District 11, where you are sitting right now, is one of the poorest districts in the whole country. And I'm just going to kick off the stats. This is what I learned, and this is what the conclusion of these stats is. The Democrats own these problems. The Democrats have run this city, they've run this county, and they have had Miss Fudge for 8 years, and they just love these statistics because every 2 years they get to talk about it. But nothing is being done in a coordinated, organized way that is really going to make things better for people. So here's the news from Lake Wobegon. We are #1 in the country in child hunger in this 5-county area, and we're #3 in overall hunger in the country. Well, you can't really function when you're hungry. You know, think about it. Your day's long, you come home, you want to eat. You're going to eat before you do your homework, before you take out the dog, whatever you got to do, you're going to get fed. There's no food, you're not going to eat. Miss Fudge went on the radio in March, and she said, out of 435 congressional districts in the country, only 14 districts in the whole country are poorer than our district. I hope I never have to make that announcement when I'm the congressperson.
Why
We
would
have
you?
28,000 homeless people, 22,000 here in this county, and 6,000 in Summit. That's who they could count. They count homeless people in January once a year. They take a census once a year. Why they picked the freezingest month of the year to count people? Because they wanted the numbers as low as possible, right? Hard to find people in this whole country. Okay, in the Cleveland school system, last year, the hotline determined that 4,048 kids in the school system were homeless. So we had kids, we're trying to educate. We know that the Cleveland report card was F in every category. 4,100 of the kids going to school don't even have a stable place where they're living. The median household income in the district is about $32,000. The average in Ohio is $48,000. And we have 8 of the richest suburbs in the state here. So if you take out Shaker and Pepper and Bradnall and Beechwood, and you take out Richfield Township and Richfield Village and Bath and Fairlawn, and I'm missing one community, Orange, maybe. You take those 8 cities out of the 17% unemployment, we probably have 35 to 40% unemployment in the remainder of the communities. We can't survive with these kind of economic circumstances. We're #1 in the country in infant mortality, and the neighborhoods most impacted are right around the Cleveland plant. And 4 black babies die to every 1 white baby that dies. There's a lot of disparities. We don't pay a lot of attention, and sometimes we poo-poo them, but there are tremendous disparities. And the way to address them is to identify them and acknowledge them, and then work on them to make them less of a disparity. Domestic violence, the most hard numbers we have were in 2013. There were almost 7,000 incidents reported, 3,800 required hospitalization or a hospital visit. And you guys know not every domestic violence issue is reported. I was at an interview the other day. They said, Mrs. Goldstein, this is very interesting. Where are your statistics on foreclosures? We are one of the highest communities in the country in foreclosures. So now I need to start looking at foreclosures. And then I was at a different meeting, because I'm going to all these candidate interviews and stuff. I was told by the Western Reserve Area Agency on Aging that of all 88 counties in Ohio, Cuyahoga has the largest number of ex-felons who are trying to repatriate themselves as Americans. Okay? When I mentioned that statistic to Mr. Nate, who just left the room, he goes, Beverly, we're #1 in the country, not just #1 in the state. We have a lot of work to do here. I have a lot of great ideas. I have everyone else talk, so I'm not going to be able to share many of my ideas. But this is the deal. I need volunteers. I need volunteers who can stand for me at the polls during certain time shifts between October 12th and November 6th. So I don't know if I've motivated you to be interested in me or my campaign, but anybody who could give us a 2 or 3 hour shift, handing out lead at the polls, holding up signs, maybe we'll have little candies up there. I don't know what it is. I was told this morning that 50,000 people are going to vote at Euclid and East 30th between October 12th and November 6th. That's a lot of people. It would be really cool if I could have signs and people out there saying, she's the candidate, she's got the ideas, she wants to make our community better. So, is that it?
Yeah.
Do you have a pad of paper?
I
If
do.
people want to sign up to volunteer, they can. But you can also, and it's the better way, go on the website, BeverlyForCongress.com, and there's a volunteer button called Help Us or something. It's not the donate button. And when you sign up there, your entire data goes into a spreadsheet, which we can work, and we'll contact you, because we're going to need shifts of people at the board of elections here when you guys have some free time, which you don't have, but I understand.
So then I gave you the white card is English on both sides. The yellow card is Spanish on one side and English on one side. We're going to use that at a big Hispanic festival in 2 weeks. And the third piece comes from an organization called Proclaiming Justice to the Nations. I hope I get invited back sometime. I would like to talk about BDF against Israel, and I would like to talk about what's happening on college campuses. So maybe you guys have me back, not as a candidate, but to talk about this very important issue. Spencer?
Thank you so much, everybody. Real quick before you guys head out, I know we're right at our time limit here and everybody has to get to class.